welcome to the Twasterz. I'm Cahill.
And I'm John. Yes, we have Mr. Worldwide here, Owen Sassypriest, master of many different games. Excited to have you here. How are you feeling?
Pretty good. Pretty good today, Excited for next month.
What's
What do you
happening
say?
then?
It is the Twasterz Invitational. Yippee!
Let's go, let's go. What has your journey in Smash been like? Where did you start? When did you start?
I started like almost maybe a decade ago or so. I mean, I had Brawl as a kid, played Smash 4 casually for a while, and then I just kind of slowly seeped into the competitive scene. Started playing for Glory a lot, interested in getting better. Eventually, watching YouTube videos, I learned about Anthers Ladder, which was my real kind of entry into
Throwback.
competitive Smash. Yeah, for those that do not know Anthers Ladder, it's kind of what's that current one? Smash the Peak.
Smash the Peak,
Yeah, it's kind of
formerly
like
Smash Ladder, like all the
it's
iterations.
like the original version of that. So Anthers Ladder was kind of my first entry into competitive Smash. Eventually, I did find a Smash out in Discord, and I just saw an offhand message about like, "Oh, when's that tournament in Galway?" And I'm like, "I live in Galway. Oh my God, there's a tournament in Galway. There's no way." And I went down. I won that tournament. I thought, yes, I am the best player in this country. And I went to Dublin and I went 0-2, but that's okay. That's okay. And then ever since then, I've been on the grind.
Brilliant. Yeah.
Started with Smash 4, naturally moved over to Ultimate, and the Ultimate has been my main game for, I'd say, well, I'd still say it's my best game, but I think sometime last year, I really started to get into Melee, and Melee's the game I play the most now. It's not one I'm still probably better at Ultimate, but Melee is kind of where my focus is in Smash right now.
Decade ago, I mean, we're all old heads, but
Yeah,
that's different levels.
you were one of my first
Surprisingly, I'm an
opponents,
old
Fancy. I
head.
remember.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Guilty as
Sorry if
charged.
I'm dead naming you. My bad.
No, because you're talking about different, games and preferences between them. Like you say, you play Melee more now, and it's, all good to have your preferences between them. But I think, Cahill, you had a question, about preferences of which one would you rather?
Would you rather have the power to shrink as much as you want whenever you want, or get one cool new mug?
One cool new mug.
Yeah, or the power to shrink as much, like whenever you want, as much as you want.
Man, okay. Well, one's like a superhuman ability, and one's just like a mug.
It's a really cool new mug.
But
Like, what if you
it's
couldn't
like I
like?
don't know, it's like if
come
you
back?
ask somebody like, "What power do you want?" They're like, "Freeze time." It's like, what do you mean freeze time? What are you gonna do with freeze time? It'll,
Wait.
it'll shrink as much as you want. Like, what are you gonna do with that? I don't know. But I have a lot of cool mugs. I don't have it right now. This is a nice mug I have right here. Doesn't
That's
get
pretty
That is
blurred.
nice.
cool.
I have like a really cool Dragon Ball mug where like it heats up and it's like Kid Buu like stopping the spirit bomb and you don't it's just Kid Buu there, but when you heat it up you see like the spirit bomb.
We all love the fact that your ability to sit on the fence. Could you please pick an answer?
Okay, yeah, sorry, jeez. Well, what I'm saying is I don't really need the cool mug. I have some cool mugs, so I'm gonna pick the tiny,
All
real
I'm
small.
hearing is you made up your own excuse to pick the small after
Yeah, well,
calling it like
it's
sus.
okay,
So I'm
okay, fine,
I'm
whatever.
like
Yeah, I wanna.
I'm just observing.
Okay, I don't know what I'd utilize that power for, but
Well, I
I
want to
I picked the
ask,
tiny.
how small would you shrink with it? Like, what would you try? You know?
I don't know, man. I like to. Did you ever play Mario Party DS? The whole game of that game is that everyone's like tiny, so like you're like sliding down hallways, like down the stairs, like they're sledding. Take something like that. But
Okay.
I think it's like you gotta be careful because you're very fragile when you're small. You're
That
dead.
is a shame that you're that fragile because you can't grow back. Like,
Oh. I didn't know
Yeah, but
that.
it's too late though.
yeah, you
You
already
already
picked it.
Oh
picked it though,
no.
so
Okay, well I don't
it
know.
is
I'm
what
already
it is.
displeased with being 5'9". I don't want to get smaller. No, I should have taken the cool mug.
Do you like the idea that you'd run around like in Mario Party DS? Because who would you do it with? You're the only one who could shrink.
That's true. Well, maybe someone else you've asked in an interview also chose this power.
Why would we ask anybody else this?
Oh, so like that was an Owen question.
Yeah, that
Okay.
was written for you.
Yeah,
Oh,
for you
okay.
and only you.
Well,
Would you rather be a water master of water or have 5 tree saplings?
okay. I'm just picking the water. The water sounds cool. I want the water power.
Okay, but the tree saplings are to save the earth. And you're
Oh,
choosing not to save the earth?
okay. Well, you're leaving out context. That's just like leave it out. I accept that the shrink be left out. Okay, I guess I picked the saplings. No cool water powers.
This guy picked the saplings.
Oh,
Like really, bro?
Come
We
on.
asked everyone this, and nobody picked the sapling.
Yeah, we also asked
wow.
everyone the last
Okay.
question as well.
Well, I'm a considerate person. All right. Did you ever read
Alright.
the Lorax? Okay.
What's the
I'm like the little
Lorax?
boy with the
Which,
sea.
which one in the Lorax are you? Are you the
I'm
Lorax
the
or
little
are you
boy that gets the
are you
seed.
the
I'm Zac
corporate
Efron.
guy?
No.
You're Zac Efron.
No. I'm not. Yeah, yeah. I am Zac Efron. I think Zac Efron.
I did call you Mr. Worldwide at the start. You spent quite a bit of time in the States, if I remember correctly. Do you want to tell us
That's
about
true.
that and how it relates to your Smash journey?
I was in America for 1 year. This was before I got into Melee at all, so I did just play in America for Ultimate. I was right in DC, so that's kind of where MDVA is. I got to attend Xanadu. They had the grind as well. I think was their monthly series. They also there was some other DC locals. There was some big startup company that Hungrybox was linked to. That were like holding like these big DC tournaments. They're on like Wednesdays, and they had like $5,000 like pots they just signed up for on the day. It was very strange. That was a cool experience. I did actually enter some like beta rivals tournaments before the game came out. When the beta was just out, I was able to play a bit of those, but uh, not my strong suit. I actually did make like a graphic. I did make like a top 8 graphic on that. That's playing Crag. But yeah, I gotta play some Ultimate. I went to Supernova as well, of course. Forgot about that. Went to Supernova. Went to Genesis. All know how that went. Yeah, that was really cool.
One thing, like, because I know, especially in Melee, we talk about it a lot, how different the Irish scene is from the States. Obviously, the money sounds like it was a big part of it. Did you notice anything else? Like, what was the most jarring thing about playing Smash in the States compared to playing it in Ireland or any of the other kind of European scenes?
Ireland is like 100% like way more tight knit. Like I found it so much harder to like just try to break in to like the American scene. Like I did make like a few friends over there, but I don't know. Everyone there is just like a lot stranger. Everyone's kind of in their own in groups over there. I feel like there are like in groups in Ireland too, of course, but it was like way more noticeable there. It's like way harder to just kind of get in. But like with Ireland, you just have like the one Discord. Everyone's active in it. I think people are way more welcoming, way more open to just like playing with you, talking to you. Like there's a lot more. They're a lot more keen when like somebody new is like attending a tournament. Whereas in America, you just kind of walk in and you just kind of like fight for yourself. I mean, unless like you're beating everyone, and you're like you beat Smub and Ulog, like people aren't really going to care.
Yeah, but like
So
5,000 though. Come on.
That's
it's
true.
more like
That's true. I
community
mean,
focused in Ireland.
yeah, kind of insane to be honest. Like I was seeing like Hungry Box's logo on like these like giant LED boards. I was like, Jesus Christ! Like,
Like if you win the Twasterz Invitational, do you think you'll be able to have your logo like on all these billboards?
maybe that is something I'm bringing to the grave. That's like going on my CV. That's going everywhere. I don't think people will be expecting it, and then you know what? I'm gonna hold that over every individual at that tournament, especially one individual who I see every Tuesday.
Hmm.
And is there anyone that you want to shout out from your time in the US scene that you that maybe felt more close to home, or were they all assholes?
Oh no no no. Oh, two people I love. One I of course got to talk about. My friend Malcolm. So in America, I worked in this hotel, and
Games.
bartender like we're kind of cool, whatever. And just like a month or two of him working there, he was like, "Oh, do you play any video games?" And I was like, "Yeah, I play on Steam. I play on my Switch." He's like, "Oh, what do you play on Switch?" And he was like, "I was like, oh yeah, I play like Smash." And he's like, "You play Smash?" I go to like tournaments for Smash, and that's like just to create this whole like rabbit hole of like telling each other. Like he used to be like a TO in California. He actually is right now. He moved back to California. That's actually why I went to Genesis because he was from there. He had a lot of friends there. And when you finish your J1 like year contract, you have like 30 days to kind of do whatever you want, which like fell into time for Genesis. So I went back to his place, and that's how I attended. So he's the first person I want to shout out. I'd love to get him to Ireland at some point. And the other guy you may know, Squid Plumber. Love that guy. Very lovely guy. I knew him. He's a Belmont main. He was buddies with Ire online. Ire told me to say Ire to him in person, and I did. And yeah, he's the best. He is super, super lovely. I'd love to get him out to Ireland one day too.
And do you ever plan on returning, or is it all Ireland?
Yeah, yeah. No, I think some point. I think I'd like to go to another Genesis. By the way, if you're ever curious, Genesis is better than Supernova. That's my take. Genesis would be really cool to go back to, but I kind of want to go back to DC, not really for Smash reasons, just because I've kind of people I'm cool with over
Political
there.
reasons, yeah.
Nice city. Yeah. It's funny because I think there was like a shooting in DC, and they had like footage of like people doing interviews over there, and I just saw like the roads and stuff. I was like, oh, DC, I miss DC.
Oh my god.
Crazy.
Yeah. But
Crazy.
of course, that's why they're on the news.
Fair enough. Maybe we'll bring it back to Ireland and bring it back to the Twasterz Invitational.
Okay, yeah, no more shooting.
So, yeah, Twasterz Invitational. From what I've heard, just some rumors, you are one of the players who's more practiced across the different games. I know some of the players we've interviewed haven't touched some of the games. Have you played all of the games? And if so, maybe you can tell us about
I
that.
have played every game of all five of these games. I played Framemakers a lot when it came out. Of course, played Ultimate Melee. I do really like Slap City. That's something I've actually been playing the last few months, especially with Dara Snook and Greg. And Rivals is weirdly probably my least played of the five, but I have played quite a bit of Rivals as well.
You did make a top 8 graphic in America.
That is true.
with
That is
Crack,
true. Back in the
so,
beta
I mean,
days.
the skill speaks for itself.
Evident.
Yeah.
No, because I would say out of all of the players, I would say you're probably the best all-rounder. Would you be inclined to agree with that?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking, because I may not be the best at any of them. Maybe Framemakers, maybe. But, I do think I am quite well-rounded, like I am I think I'm very competent at every game there. There is one weak one. I'm pretty bad at Rivals. Um, Last weekend, I played that game for the first time in like a year. I tried Forceburn, who was my main, and I found out he's been nerfed quite a lot, and I was like, oh my god, I hate him. I hate how this feels. Everything was like slower and laggier. I did not like him. And so I played my Rivals 1 main, who was Absa, and I was actually doing better with her, but it was still not good, to be honest. So that would be my one weak point. But the rest of the games, I think I am pretty good at.
Overall, what would you say the game that you're most confident in is, and do you have any strategies around, the counterpicking for this event?
Yeah, I'd probably say Framemakers. I think I can catch a lot of people off guard because I know the characters. I know what they do. I know how to use assists, which I feel is going to catch a lot of people off guard. That's like the gimmick of the game. I know which ones are like incredibly dumb. There are a few of them, but I'll never tell.
Would you be able to tell us what your favorite one is? Maybe some shout outs, because I like Framemakers a lot.
That's fair. Yeah, my favorite's is Pepino, the guy from Pizza Tower.
Makes
He's
sense.
just like this massive command grab that runs across the stage, and he just throws up, and there's like so much hit stun on it. It's
throws
pretty
up?
insane. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So he grabs him, and he just.
That's not what I do when I throw up.
I hope you don't do that.
Oh, no, he doesn't throw up.
Crazy.
No,
I thought you meant that
I'll
too.
throw
I
up.
wasn't even questioning it because I was like, I know a small
Yeah.
bit about Pizza Tower, and I was like, that
He
sounds
just
about
looks like
right.
someone that does like throw up, like Peter Griffin or something.
But I main Ape in that game. I don't care who I play as my primary. I just
Oh
main
yeah,
Ape.
no, he is very similar. He's also like runs across command grab type character, but
Yeah,
I do like
but he
Pepino
doesn't
a bit
vomit
more.
everywhere, so.
yeah, that's true. That's true.
And have you done any like dedicated practice for the event, or is it just been playing games in general that happen to be at the event?
Yeah, well, usually if I'm around Snook or something, we are kind of like, oh yeah, let's play a bit of Framemakers. Let's play like some Slap City. That'd be the most practice I get for the event.
Who at this event scares you the most, in game or out of game? I don't care.
Yeah, other game is fine too.
Who throws up?
That's true. I think David could be very scary. I think I could beat him in Ultimate. Magi, whatever he's gonna be going by. But he could just beat me in Ultimate. I'm not gonna lie. I feel like he could just like outplay me. I stand zero chance. Whether or not he could play Ice Climbers or not. If he could play like Pichu, and I still feel like he beats me in Melee, to be honest. He's just so like fundamentally good at the game. And I just, I think Crub is also, he's gonna have it out for me. He's gonna be nasty. I'm watching out for him.
Fair enough. Okay, follow-up question. So that's who scares you. Who are you going to destroy at Twasterz
I
Invitational?
think if I could avoid Verdant in melee, I think I could probably beat her the rest of the games. I think.
Fair
Maybe
enough.
she's got rivals too, but I'm gonna avoid that one.
Fair enough. And who are you most excited to play then out of
Excited?
everyone
I think Ryan would be a lot of fun to play against.
there?
But
Yeah.
Ryan is also somebody who is very scary in a lot of games.
Definitely like big depth of competition, and you're going to have to pick your games wisely. But it sounds like you're pretty confident in the ones that you are, and then you know where your limitations are. Are you going to win the Invitational?
I think I'm a long shot. I'm a very big dark horse. I would never say never say never, but you know, for this video, I would say yes, I am going to win. I might be at the best of frame makers. I'd say I'm probably one of the best at Slap City. Ryan's better than me at Slap City for sure. Dara I can beat, but he is probably all around better. But I think the rest I should be better at that game. And then I think in Ultimate I will be one of the better players as well. So we'll see. We'll see. If the bracket just goes my way, if I can get my counter picks down, I think this could go well for me. I assume there's only gonna be like one game played like in a set of that game. So like, is that how it's structured?
Basically DSR like stages. So you can say you lose game 1 and you pick a game for game 2. Say you pick Framemakers, you lose that game in Framemakers. You can run it back, but you could obviously switch game as well. Like you could switch stage. So
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, ideally we see one of each game. A set with all 5 would be brilliant.
That would be insane. That would be
Set,
crazy.
set with someone running the same game back over and over again and losing every time.
Are
would
there
also
game
be
bans?
pretty funny.
Can you ban games or is it just DSR? It's like man.
Just DSR. We're not banning any games.
Ooh, okay. The
There's
only
a
thing
lot
that
to
worries about me in Framemakers is so I played that game a lot at launch when there was only 3 characters and 4 as well when they added Arcane.
Mhm.
And so have been playing it a bit since Spelunky and Imposter came out. And oh my god, like I know everyone is just gonna play the Among Us character, one because they're the funny Among Us character, and two, I play them and they're so broken. They're so fast, they're so strong, they're ridiculous, and they're so easy too. And I know everyone's just gonna be playing that stupid character, but you know, I still think I have the edge. I still do.
There's still time, of course, to get practiced in Rivals if you want to, but maybe it's worth specking into the games that you're better at and just ensuring them.
I do kind of have a Rivals bug. I'm not gonna lie. Because I hadn't played, like, I saw a trailer for apps, so I was like, oh yeah, I played them, like, way back, like, 2018. But I actually played them, they are pretty fun, so I might try and hone up my skills in Rivals.
Get a quick switch before the event, switch names.
Yeah, and now I'm knowing, that you can't ban games. I was like, I'm just gonna ban Rivals, but, I can't, so. We'll see.
I mean, if you win game 1, you can't force your opponent to not go Rivals. Everyone will be able to, if they lose a game, get to play their favorite game at least once.
Yeah.
But I think it's good because it means that you do have to be prepared all round unless you're ready to instant lose. But there's no guarantees. So we asked, will you win? And you said yes. Why will you win? Tell us exactly why.
I think I have a lot of edges on, there are people, they play Melee all day. They play Ultimate all day. I play a lot of games, Whenever there's a new platform fighter out, I always try to give it a shot, I love the genre, and I think that's kind of what this event is about, Played a lot. Framemakers came out. I played that a lot. Slap City came out. Well, when it came out, played that a lot. When they made Nickelodeon, I played those games a lot as well. It's just a genre. For me, it's not just Smash Ultimate. It's not just Melee. It's a whole genre, which I think this event is about.
When will you win the Twasterz Invitational?
22nd of August.
Correct.
Yay.
There have been multiple answers to that question.
Okay.
That's all I'll say. That's fair enough. And what's the post-victory tour going to look like? What's it involve? What are the venues? What's the logo look like? What's the budget?
Well, of course, the first event will be right after we have Galway's Mild Atlantic Wave Dash.
Mm-hmm.
So everyone's going to hear about my victory right over there. No, maybe a world tour, maybe go back to the US, tell them, and they're going to be like, what's that? And you're like, you don't even know.
You're gonna
Something like that.
gatekeep?
True. Yeah, I'm going to go to the US to gatekeep.
Even though we're
That
publishing
was-
content, you're going to be like,
Yes.
don't worry about it.
Oh, no. Yeah.
Incredible.
Like this video is so good, and I have like the entire thing like scribbled out with like Snapchat paintbrush. Like,
I think that's it for the event. Is there? Yeah, I know you shouted out. Was it Malcolm and Squid Plumber? Is there anything else? Any other projects or people you want to shout out before the event?
uh,
Or do you
I
just
want to
hit everyone
shout
else?
out, hello attendee Ryan Digrad. We're seeing Spider-Man tomorrow. And I also want to shout out Snook because he was telling me during his interview, he was like, "Yeah, I think we're gonna do well in the rivals bracket." He like didn't understand the format at all, which I thought was really funny. So shout out to him for that. So he gave me a good warning. I want to prepare for.
Very good. Yeah, no, that was the first interview, and he kept talking about the different brackets, and we kept saying there's only one. It took a bit to get it, but it was good exposition. I get to explain the bracket. Anything else you want to add?
Oh, yeah, I do also want to shout out the Greg as well. He had his Pure Fundies event
Mhm.
earlier this year as well. Also a lot of different games. Yeah, so he had a lot of dumb games too, but you know, I did get to play Sapsidian bracket as well, and that was a good experience to get me freshened up on different games because it's been a while. Like I hadn't just been playing Melee like the past year or so, so it's nice to get like a feel for different games as well.
Owen Sassypriest, Mr. Worldwide, thank you very much for your time.
Of course.
All right.
See you all in August.
See you August 22nd on this
See
channel,
you.
Twasters.